With my friend Jim Tillich from Breck Fine Art Gallery. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing good, thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you here because we get to talk about some beautiful artwork.
And that's what I like the best. Beautiful artwork with a good history behind it, a reason for the artwork. It all ties together. It's a package deal, if you will.
It is a package deal, and you're such a gem that we have up here because you bring in this fabulous culture. You go to, ends of the earth to find all of these beautiful paintings and artists.
I enjoy the travel almost as much as everything else and the good food that goes with it. It's all fun.
It is. Okay, so where are we traveling to today? I mean, because sometimes we're in Greece or we're in France. Where are we going today?
Not as far.
Okay.
First of all, to Canada.
Canada is
the Rocky
wonderful.
Mountains of Canada.
Wonderful.
And then also to Korea, a Korean artist who's named Gantner, of all things. That's his painting name, is Nom de Guerre, if you will.
Oh, I like that.
But he paints mainly in France, and then he paints around here, and in Texas, of all places. So he gets around.
What an interesting blend.
Yeah.
Really
what
combines
he paints
everything.
is what he likes. If he sees it, he paints it.
Well, and that explains why they're so beautiful. So,
Right.
And there we have it.
So that's Gantner, the Korean. And you notice he puts you right in the middle of the flowers. You feel like you're there. Notice how it's down under, you're standing in it. And he gets that feeling by curving the land up and pushing the horizon way back.
Well, what you told me about this photo, it looks like a photo. This painting is that it's 3 layers because there's the skyline in the back, right? And then you see the hillside and then the field that you're in.
Yes.
I love that, and the pop of color.
He puts contrasting color or complementary colors, if you will, side by side. Makes it very, very strong, makes it pop out. Almost a jewel-like look, as we've discussed in the past.
Yes.
And then as he goes in the distance, he starts getting a little bit bluer and a little bit darker. Now he's in, as you're looking at it, we're in South Texas, a live oak tree near San Antonio, blue bonnets, Indian paintbrushes. And again, he captures the lay of the land very well.
It's so vibrant. And you were saying that Gantner uses, what is his medium of choice?
He uses a brush and oils. Doesn't use a palette knife or anything. He just uses the brush. And sometimes he'll dab it.
Okay.
And he mixes not nearly as much, but they use the palette board for various reasons. They mix a whole lot, or they don't mix at all.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
So he mixes a little bit on the palette board, then dabs it on with his brush, and just a good qualified artist. He makes you happy when you look at the art.
I would
That's
agree
what he
with that.
wants.
It gives, it's like a very warm, comfortable feeling, and like you can feel the breeze in your face when you're standing in the field with the flowers.
Pretty much, yes.
Yes.
You really can.
And now another artist, Carol Forsyth.
Carol Forsyth is the Canadian, and that's one of his pieces there. So again, he uses only the palette knife, and he starts at the top of the artwork, of the canvas,
Right.
and he paints down. It's like, what? Who would ever do that?
And who could even comprehend that? I mean, my brain doesn't work that way. But he's an older gentleman. He's, how old did you say?
He's in his early 80s.
Okay.
He's been painting around 70 years.
That's amazing. And he uses a palette knife. I mean, I don't even know how. I can't even comprehend painting with a palette knife. That's wonderful.
Right.
Oh, and here, this is an example of some of his work.
Yes, you're looking at a quadriptych, and you can see that he started at the top on each of them, and he didn't finish the bottom yet because he had to make the mountain line match. So he started at the top, worked his way down, and now he's going to finish the last 4 parts of the bottom so that he has a finished product.
And I love looking at the bottom. You can see his palette there as well, his color palette.
Yes.
That is so cool.
Yes. Well, that's I didn't realize that. That's good. You do see the colors he uses, and notice the colors he uses all sort of blend.
Exactly. They all sort of blend. And when you look at the color palette, you can see those colors in the painting as well. I think that is just so cool, and I love. Oh, and there is that the finished piece, or is that a different one?
This is a different one.
Okay.
But even so, what he does, like sometimes he will paint only maybe one scene, summer, winter, spring, fall. But in this case, he does them each puts them
Yeah,
together.
I love. Okay, so
He just does a little bit of everything, but mainly very small very small palette knife strokes. I mean, it's little bitty, but somehow he makes the smooth sky, the flat water.
it looks like a photo. It
Does,
doesn't
it
look
does.
like
Uh-huh.
it looks like you're looking at something on like it's like a beautiful photo on someone's wall, but it's actually a painting, which is just so incredible and amazing.
It is.
Now, Jim, for folks that are not familiar with Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery, where are you located? Where can people find you?
421 South Main, right at the end of Main Street at Park. That's the building right on the right-hand side as you're going south. So I have actually two front doors. One is on the river in the back on the Riverwalk.
Okay.
And the other one, of course, on Main Street.
Very convenient.
Yeah, it makes it easier to get in, you know.
Sure, of course.
And so when people come in, I try to give them a little bit of an education, as you know, and then compare art, and then compare why a piece of art would fit in this house, but not in that house, for example.
You cover all ends of art that I don't even think of, which is so cool. It's why it's so much fun to have you on the show in the mornings, because I feel like it's just an art lesson.
Thank you. I enjoy art so much. It's kind of like something very special, and yet you're looking at the creativity of each person differently, and they all create in a different way
I know.
and choose different colors.
And you always have a different story for each painting that you like. You bring in a painting and you have a wonderful story behind it, which is so wonderful to hear about.
Sometimes the story of how I found them is bigger than the art itself, and sometimes how they paint is the story, or what they're painting, or why they're painting it.
Right.
It's all interesting. Art is very special.
It is, and we are so lucky to have you up here in the High Country on Main Street in Breckenridge. So, folks, be sure to stop by the Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery. Say hello to Jim, and he will give you so much fun information that will just make you a happy person. I just love chatting with you and hearing all your wonderful stories and learning about art. So, thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, always a pleasure, Jim. We'll be right back with more Summit Sunrise right after this.